Hi everybody, it's Jillian. Welcome back to my channel for a new Bible journaling process video. Today I'm going to be using the Through Christ devotional from Illustrated Faith and Dayspring, and I am in 1 Peter chapter 1 verse 8. This verse says, "Though you have not seen him, you love him, and even though you do not see him now, you believe in him and are filled with an inexpressible and glorious joy." So if you haven't guessed, the title of this entry is called Joy, and I'm just showing you here that I'm going to take some acrylic paints and use an old paintbrush to paint thin stripes of color that match the card and the cover of this devotional. So I'm referring to the cover of the devotional booklet to figure out which color paints I want to use and in what order. So I've gone through my stash of really inexpensive acrylic paints here, and I pulled out the colors that I thought best matched the cover. Now for the orange, I don't have an orange like the cover. This is really the only orange I have in my stash, so it's a little off, but I really like the way that it came out. And I've listed the number and or name for each of these acrylic paints in the description below if you guys are interested in a particular color. I think I got almost all of them at Hobby Lobby or Michael's or a big box craft store like that. So I'm just going to go and paint a thin stripe of color. I started at the text. I didn't go all the way to the top. I just wanted it to be in the margin next to the text so that I didn't have any like weird stripes, just stopping suddenly in the middle of the page. Once I figured out that those were the colors I wanted to use and they were a good match, I just took the caps off and I'm dipping the paint into the cap, lightly painting it on there, and then I have a baby wipe in my hand that I'm wiping the color off of. And there's my cute little helper showing me his mail truck. So once that is done, I'm going to set that aside and let it dry. I have a 2-inch hole punch here, and I have a piece of just white scrap cardstock, and I want to write my journaling on this circle and then place it in the middle of all of the paint stripes. So I went ahead and punched that out, and then I'm going to use my 2 Illustrated Faith journaling pens, so I made sure I had those handy. I'm looking at the stamp set here. I've been using the stamp sets on each entry in while working through this devotional. If you don't follow me on Instagram, you can find me over there at Hello Jilski. I have been posting each day's entry over there just to kind of keep me accountable and make sure I finish all 14 days. Shauna Noel had a really great post on the Illustrated Faith blog where she gave 7 tips, I think it was, on how to finish a devotional kit. I put her tips into practice, and this is day 7, so we're halfway done. This is a really great devotional, and it's available at Dayspring if you guys are interested. So what I did is I took the 2 speech bubbles. The one says "My Father Tells Me," which is such a great stamp. I mean, you could use this on every single Bible journal entry. And this other little speech bubble that has a heart, and I stamped those down on some white cardstock and then just fussy cut them out. Now I'm writing in the speech bubble here what I'm getting out of the verse, and you can see that I ran out of room, so I end up having to stamp it again and then cut it out and then rewrite it. So these things happen to me a lot. I don't get it right on the first try, and it's not a big deal. I just go ahead and stamp it or print it or whatever again. Here you can see I am taking my .65 journaling pen, and then I'm just going around the edge of this white circle to give it some more definition, and it just looks like a cool messy circle. And then I'm figuring out here where I want to put these speech bubbles. So I really liked what Amy did on the Illustrated Faith blog. She put this made it almost like a tab at the top of her page, so you can see "My Father Tells Me" sticking out of the top of your journaling Bible. Once I figure that out, I go ahead and take the journaling pen and then underline the verse several times, just in a really messy fashion to match the paint lines. Now I want to write the word joy in the middle of the circle, and I thought I wanted it to be like some different colors, so I pulled out some different color stickers here. I didn't really like the way that it looked. Like I said again, it didn't work on the first try, so I just put the stickers back, and then I opted for black just to keep it really simple and the focus and all of the color coming from those rainbow stripes. Next, I want to pull out this idea from the devotional. It's a really, really great devotional, and I'm just going around the edge of the circle and writing out this one thing that I pulled out of it. And it says, "To find this joy, our focus must be on Him, not our circumstances." And it was pretty interesting to me how it worked out today. I did this entry in the morning, and then my son and I went out to run errands, and it was just kind of like a frustrating day. I have these little stresses, little annoyances, some loose ends I'm trying to wrap up, and you know, if I let it, it could very easily ruin my mood and my witness, and I could just be a grouch the whole day and with everyone I come across. But when I started to feel like that, I started singing this song. I've got the joy, 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 joy down in my heart, and it really helped me focus on Him and where my true joy comes from, and I was able to put those fiery darts that the enemy is sending my way, is totally able to extinguish them. Through meditating on the scripture that I read this morning and the time I spent with God in the Word this morning and creating this journal entry. So it's very practical, this outlet that we have, this creative outlet that we have, and if you let it, you can take it with you through the rest of your day and let it be your armor against those attacks that we have. So once I get everything glued down, I'm going to put the date stamp in the bottom right corner, and that's pretty much it. Here's a finished look at my project. Thank you guys so much for watching and for allowing me to share. I look forward to sharing more with you. Be sure to tune in next Wednesday for a new Bible journaling process video, and I'll see you then.